Unit 3. 1. Read and translate the text into Indonesian. Marriage law reforms. Major portion of the statutory personal laws enacted in the various Muslim countries represent a mere codification of the established law, or at best, unification of hitherto divergent legal principles. There is, however, no reason to deny the fact that certain provisions in these laws have introduced significant reforms in the traditional law. The principal reforms so introduced in one country or another relate to a. Marriage age for men and women and difference of age between parties to marriage. B. Role of marriage guardians in the fixation and solemnization of the marriage. C. Registration and documentation of marriage. D. Monetary aspect of marriage, dowry, and expenses. E. Polygamy and right of co-wives. F. Maintenance of wife, family, and matrimonial home during the subsistence of marriage. G. Unilateral divorce right of parties to marriage and grounds for judicial divorce. H. Post-divorce reliefs for the parties, especially for women. I. Period of gestation and its implication. G. Parents' right relating to custody and guardianship of children, especially of mothers. K. Inheritance right of certain close relatives, surviving spouse, daughter, brother, sister, grandfather, and descendant of predeceased children. L. Choice of legatee, especially their eligibility to receive a bequest. And M. Validity, tenure, and management of family wealth. Reforms in this area have been effective. Different reforms in different countries, either under the provision of comprehensive codes or law of personal status or family rights, or by way of sporadic legislation. The source materials for all the aforementioned reforms have been located by the jurists and the legislator of the Muslim world in the depth, divergent, flexibility, and richness of the legal principles within the vast framework of the Sharia. It is nobody's case in the Muslim states, including Turkey, that personal law has been codified and reformed merely to modernize or westernize the law, nor have their Aztec advocates and exponents ever quoted any wholly un-Islamic source for any of these reforms. The motives behind and the objects of all this legislative activity have been as taught by the reformers. The need to systematize personal law on the pattern of other law, since codified, the desire to benefit from lesser known and hitherto neglected principles and juristic opinion within the fold of the Sharia, the will to check misinterpretation, misapplication, and growing misuse of the Sharia law, of which there will greater change and possibility in its uncodified state. The policy of nationalizing and truly Islamizing the law, and the urge to rebuild the society in conformity with the original unadulterated socio-legal principles of Islam. In several countries, the ulama have approved or have been closely associated with the reforms effected. At the same time, some of the reforms in some countries have been opposed and criticized by certain sections of religious leaders and scholars. This has happened in Iraq, Indonesia, Pakistan, Tunisia, South Yemen, and Turkey. And on some occasions, their objections were accepted, and the reforms proposed or already effected dropped, repealed, or modified. Main source Tahir Mahmud, 1987, Personal Law in Islamic Countries, History, Text, and Comparative Analysis of Law and Religion, New Delhi, page 11 to